Hello. It's Christmas. Look. Just a very quick video because I've got to get on with my day. Um, a lot of the work I've been doing more recently, and also for the past year, has been coming from me wanting to share. Um, and I was brought up, particularly in some of my formative years, with this phrase that keeps sort of swirling around in my head. Um, and it was this idea that um, it's on a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. And that sort of stuck with me for quite a while. And so I'm here to debunk that myth once and for all. Um, it's nonsense, and you do need to know. And I think a lot of the knowledge that I've acquired uh, through just being open to it and reading and studying and listening this year and the year before um, has been hugely influential and hugely powerful and helpful, particularly in trying to understand myself, let alone anything else. But in terms of knowledge, there is an enormous wealth of things that I didn't know, and so on a need to know basis, I'm quite upset about it. I'm quite upset that through whatever reason, um, I wasn't being exposed to everything. Uh, this need to know basis, and I don't need to know is quite can be quite infuriating when you discover something new. So, yeah, you do need to know. And there are things out there that, I'm into my 40s now, and I thought I had it down. I thought that I knew about stuff. And I'm excited, if I'm honest. It's not frustration. It's not sort of anything negative. It's actually a massive um, message of hope and of excitement and of optimism. Wayne Dyer once said, "We don't know enough. Nobody knows enough to be a pessimist." Things are changing on an hourly basis. And if you go along your life thinking that you've reached somewhere, you know everything about everything, then I'm sorry, wake up. You are not you know what you know given the circumstances of your life, not the opportunities and the information that is out there. And I know there is mass organizations feeding you fear, feeding you pharmaceuticals, feeding you these ideas that you're sick. um, and all the time, there is a counter or contrary position. As you probably know, life is full of dichotomies and dualities. But generally speaking, the message here this morning is, believe maybe believe the diagnosis, but don't believe the prognosis. Don't believe that it's over because it isn't. Because you know what? In an hour's time, you'll find a solution. There is a solution. There are solutions out there. We don't know enough to be pessimistic. Now, I know that sounds like wishful thinking, and I know that sounds like, oh, well, just put a smiley face on it and everything will be all right. Well, I also know that life isn't as easy as that. But if you're willing, and if you're open, and if you're, I'm going to say it, if you're intelligent enough, ooh, if you're intelligent enough to consider that we don't know everything and there are options and there are choices, then go find them. Don't just sit on the sofa and, eat your Christmas chocolates and think that the world is just, there's nothing you can do about it. There is everything you can do about it if you're willing to get off your arse and do it. There, I said it. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm never ever going to say that it is, but I am going to say that you're capable of doing it. You're connected to what it is you want. You're already connected to what it is that you want. You just have to clean up that connection and start working towards it. It does take time, but it's possible. And if you read the right things, if you get away from the fear factory that is the media, if you get away from the fear factor that are the people that are dragging you down and telling you how bad the world is. And the world is, don't get me wrong, the world has some pretty awful things to share with us. But I don't need to see it. I don't need to. It doesn't do me any good. In fact, the only thing it does is drive me further in the opposite direction towards optimism, towards things that work for me. Okay. And that includes any, for me, there is no good or bad. It's just thinking makes it so. There's a bit of Shakespeare for you. There is no good or bad. It's just thinking makes it so. So go out today, make a difference in your own life, thereby the ripple effect being you're going to make a difference in someone else's life. And I know I can hear it. I can hear it in some of the people that I work with, some of the people that I talk with. They say, well, yes, but you don't know the conditions of my life. You don't know my mother-in-law. You don't know my job. You don't know the issues that I have in my health. Um, you know, however, there is options. There are choices. And I know people don't like that word, but I'm going to say it. You are a choice maker. Make different choices. It's not going to fix things overnight. I've spoken about this before. It's not going to change things tomorrow, but it will get you on that path. And I think that's what a lot of people are scared to do because it's getting you out. I've mentioned it in a previous video. If you've spent your life doing the same thing, thinking the same thing, that's 20, 30, 40, 50 years of training. And if that training is out of date, if it's wrong, if it's not assisting you, not supporting you, then to change to a different path is tricky. It's almost inconvenient, you know? But on some level, even though I say tomorrow won't be different, it won't be massively different. On some level, there'll be a change. First of all, it'll be in your mind. And we know that thoughts can change your life. They can. It's scientifically proved. I've put enough information out there to show you and direct you to where this stuff is. But I won't stop saying that. I'm not going to, because it's not true. I won't lie to you, put it that way. Um, I will also say that, throughout the stuff that I'm doing, throughout the stuff that I'm learning, this, there is so much that we're not being told. So you have to dig deep and you have to find it. Um, One thing I will say from on a need to know basis, I hate that term. Well, it's a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. Yes, you do need to know, and this is why I'm doing this stuff in some ways. I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it so that I can get some of this information clear in people's minds. You do need to know there are choices. There is information out there. There is massively profound stuff that's been out for thousands of years. And we have the fear factory of the media, the fear factory of the news, the fear factor of the pharmaceutical and healthcare side of things that makes you, convinces you that you are a label, that you are sick, won't go away. They're multi-billion dollar companies. They won't go away. You've got to have courage. You've got to have the willingness to look somewhere else. And it all comes from the book of I Thought You Might Like to Know. So on a need to know basis, you need to know there are choices. Okay, and it takes work. Nothing, I've said it before, nothing worth anything is easy to achieve, but it's achievable. That's the key. It is achievable. You can change your thinking like that. You can change your thinking in a moment, and it could be the one thing that will change your life for the better for the rest of your life. You're that powerful. You are that powerful. I'm I'm buzzing this morning. So, if you meet me on the street today, you're going to get some of this energy, some of this healing energy. Um, have a fantastic day. Have an incredible Christmas. Ignore the stairs. That was my son's effort. But you know what? It's beautiful. Have a great day. Lots of love to everybody. Lots of Christmas love. Uh, and be optimistic about the future because it's all in your mind.